Ho, ho, ho! Excuse me. This is Santa coming from Eastern Massachusetts on a Christmas Day. It's Christmas Day, December 25th. Merry Christmas to all of you out there in YouTube land, particularly the beer reviewers and the beer enthusiasts and the tool guys that are working with the tools. Collect the tools and have fun with all the tools that are out there. It's Christmas, finally here. Hope all the kids get everything they wanted from Santa. But I think we have a good brew here. It's the 46th edition from Anchor Brewing Company out there in San Francisco. No further ado, let me give you a little bit of information so we can crack this open soon. Anchor Brewing Company is located at 1705 Mariposa Street, San Francisco. That sounds quite the name. Mariposa. What a name. Rolls off the tongue. Mariposa. We do have a number. It'll be up here. 415-863-8350. It'll be up here. That'll be the number. This brewery has been around since 1896. The founder was a Mr. Gottlieb Breckel, B-R-E-K-L-E. It's changed hands a few times in its years of being a brewery. But one of the fascinating stories about this brewery in the 1800s, because San Francisco is in the kind of that time the warm climate, and to brew your lagers, you need some cold conditioning on your fermenting. So what they used to do is put the fermenters up on the roof of the brewery, and they're open topped. And what would happen is that would be the cool of the day for their cooler conditions. But sometimes the warmth of the brew would cause like a steam effect coming up. I don't know if it would be condensation or but it would be a steam effect, and the people would see it. And all they said at the brewery was, it's an Anchor steam brew. And that name stayed for brews on the West Coast. Steam beer coming from the West Coast. So that's how that came about, the Anchor steam beer. And they do brew that once a year, I think, Anchor steam beer. I don't know if it's still the same way. They still have the original setup with the copper kettles and fermenters, and the original, which needed copper. Many years ago, when I wanted to stop brewing beer, when I came back from Germany, I had the opportunity to live in Germany for 6 months, compliments of the U.S. Army, and got to like beer, really got into beer, the German beers, and the difference between the American beers. I wanted to brew a better beer for myself. Not the better beer, just the beer that I liked. But at that time, all the books were saying you needed copper. Times have changed. I go on these tangents, so we'll get off that. What else do I have on this? I do have this listing up here, this label. I have a label that I took off one of the brews. And let me read what it says on that. It's a little wordy, but it's worth it to hear it. Okay. I'm probably the only guy who can take his glasses off to read. I think Santa does that too. All right. This is the 46th annual Our Special Ale from the brewers at Anchor Brewery. This ale made with natural flavors features a different recipe and tree every year. As you can see, those are sequoias. But the intent with which we offer it is the same joy and celebration of the newness of life. Trees symbolize the winter solstice when the earth with its seasons appear born anew. The three graces on this label that you're seeing there, the three graces representing radiance, joy, and flowering. They are giant sequoias, is what they are. What John Muir called columns of sunrise. John Muir was a gentleman from the 1800s, also known as John of the Mountain, and he was really a proponent of the national parks to keep the trees and the greenery. He was a geologist, biologist, a botanist, and just an adventurer and a starter of keeping green in the country. And that's who John Muir was. He was an actual gentleman, John Muir. So in California's Mariposa Grove, the synergistic beauty is awe-inspiring. I bet. Real greenery. They in love. This brewery is in love with trees, and that is why they've had 46 different Christmas trees on their labels. 46. This is the 46th. I have a few from, I think, the 80s. I do remember them in the 70s, but I didn't save the bottles. I do remember them from the 70s. Okay, no further ado. I do like to talk. It's Christmas. Let me show you. I do have my Christmas T-shirt on. That's from that movie. What's his name? Chevy Chase. A great movie they show every year. But here's my my Christmas sweater. It's a little tight and a little too warm here today to wear it. That's my Christmas sweater. Ho, ho, ho. Christmas lights and Santa's hat and etc. A little bit tight, but I could wear it. But the weather here is just incredible. It's raining now. It's been raining since midnight last night. Still raining very hard, very windy. And I guess the conditions came all the way up through Pennsylvania, always through up New York and Connecticut and Rhode Island. And okay, enough of the weather report. Let's go down with the brew. I do have a glass here. It's from a 1930s advertisement of a Budweiser. That's what they advertised back in the 30s for Budweiser. I got this up at Anheuser-Busch in Merrimack, New Hampshire. All right, we have a brew. Let's crack it open and see what we got. I mean, look at the label, Anchor Steam. Got to show that they engineer it and produce it. An anchor, a gold anchor, Anchor Brewery. That was because on the bar, well, I was going to say Barnaby Coast, but the coast of San Francisco was full of harbors and ships, and many ships from around the world came to San Francisco. All right, no further ado, let's see what we got. Oh, it's dark. This is the darkest I've ever seen of any of their Christmas brews. This is the darkest. The recipe changes every year, like it says. That is more like a stout. That is really dark. Actually, that's opaque. I can't see my fingers through the glass at all. You can see it. It's probably got close to an inch head on it. 6/8 of a head. I mean, it's close to an inch, 7/8. Okay, get into it. Oh, yes, I'm getting a sweet molasses type of aroma. Coffee, like roasted coffee. I like it because as the gases come out, you'll get different changes in the aromas and the flavors. It seems as the darker beers, as the longer you take to drink it and it starts warming up, it seems to get sweeter. That is giving me an aroma of like nutmeg. Yeah, a nutmeg aroma. Cocoa. It's quite the aroma. Usually you don't get that many individually, separate them that much or that fast. That's a nice looking brew, as you can see. I like it. Looks nice. Bottoms up. Merry Christmas. Some kind of candy. bit of candy. Oh, roastiness. The first mouthful, I was expecting the flavors of a stout, or that kind of direction of that sweetness of chocolate and coffee. But this is not that flavor. It's flavorful. It's in the direction of an IPA. The combination is good. Now I'm getting the flavors of the cocoa or chocolate. Some bitterness. Now this is brewed by all the people at the brewery. Fine flavor. Would I get this again? Yes, I would. It's very drinkable. The mouthfeel is from medium, good medium, to maybe bouncing off full. Minor bitterness, but it doesn't drink. I mean, it drinks like a stout, but doesn't taste like a stout. In that chocolatey coffee dominating flavor. This has other flavors of the kind of dominating the Christmas cinnamon or nutmeg. Of somewhat of the chocolate. Have a good drink. All right, I'm not going to run this too long. It's not a bad day here in Eastern Massachusetts. I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and an upcoming Happy New Year. I all hope you all receive what you wanted to get from Santa. And what I'll do is I just want to finish this up and say the virus is still around, this coronavirus. So watch your senior citizens and your family and your friends and your neighborhood. And all enjoy the day. Keep the Christmas spirit always, but especially from now through New Year's. Keep that spirit. If you're going to drink, don't drive. Don't drive, folks. Enjoy the day today. Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho.